Hi everyone. So this is the first video you're probably seeing of my face. I've posted a lot of videos of my voice and you've heard me many times. I am here to introduce where we're going and to help you understand why I do what I do. First, I'd like for you to know kind of my vibe. I am here with you in my headscarf from my morning chores and my hoodie, and I am kind of uncurated. You'll see me in other videos and I might look better, a little bit more curated with some makeup on and a nice outfit. But the reality is, when I make a meditation for you, this is where I'm sitting and this is what I look like. Authenticity is really important for me. I want to share with you my journey and hope that it helps you. I think the power of that authenticity is what makes Mental Motion so effective. Most of these meditations I've written for myself, and then I made them very generic to reach the general public. But these are the same tools, methodologies, and words that I use to heal my past personal traumas and to create a life for myself that I thoroughly enjoy. And I hope the same for you. That's why I created Mental Motion. So why did I increase the price and what is the purpose? We increased the prices so that we could sustain further content creation. Well, I thought about creating online classes, but the reality is our lives are kind of busy. Should we have an hour to meditate? Yes. Do we currently actually have an hour to meditate? It doesn't feel like that. And until it feels like that, I don't see why we can't meditate for 15 or 20 minutes and have it be equally as effective as an hour-long meditation, especially with the new techniques like NLP. So my meditations are 15 to 20 minutes long. When I thought about doing online classes, most online classes are about an hour each session, maybe more. Well, I didn't really like that. And I love the Patreon model. It's very accessible, they're creator friendly, they're a fantastic place to be online. And so I'm going to do 15, 20-minute informational videos. That's what we decided on. So what are the videos going to be about? They're going to be about NLP. We're going to dive into what is NLP. We're going to dive into parts work, the energy bodies. We're going to do book clubs. The next one after this current book is going to be on the Subtle Energy Encyclopedia by Cindy Dale. I'm really excited for that. This is information that any practitioner who's interested in energy work should have in their tool belt. And in the coming years, we're going to add on a section called Body in Motion. We're going to identify how do we move our body, how do we move energy through our body, and how is it that we can learn to loosen and relax and move with the fluidity that trauma did not teach us. Trauma taught us to be tight, up, stiff, and moving hard. And this is not the natural flow of the body. The body wants to move, the energy wants to flow like wind, like water. And how do we learn to do that in our everyday movements after living many years of a dysregulated nervous system? I just found a therapeutic practice called Dynamic Neuromuscular Stabilization, DNS, and I just discovered Qigong. And these two practices put together have transformed how I relate to my body. I'm really excited to share this content with you guys next year. But first, I gotta learn more about it. So what are we doing right now? Right now, we're diving into emotional frequencies. This is what the chart looks like. They discovered that each emotion carries with it a frequency, a vibration, the lowest being shame and the highest being enlightenment. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take NLP swish techniques and we're going to stair step our way through this chart. Our first meditation coming out this week is going to move us from shame to courage. The second one is going to move us from guilt to neutrality, apathy to willingness, grief to acceptance, and we're going to continue stair-stepping all the way until we get to enlightenment, which is going to be its own meditation. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one yet, but I am excited to create it. So for all of those who stayed after the price change, I want to thank you. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for seeing the value in our little organization. And thank you for being here. But I think the greatest thanks should be from you to yourself. You dedicate yourself to your change. You listen to the meditations knowing that you can change. You have a belief system that allows you to know that you can be the subject matter expert of your own healing. And that is the ultimate purpose for Mental Motion. The world has decentralized holistic care the same way it has decentralized traditional care. If you want nervous system healing, you go over here to a breathwork practitioner, or you go over here to a yogi, or you go over here for the qigong. And then if you want spiritual healing, then you need to go over here to an emotional or a spiritualist. You need to go over here for an energy clearing. And if you want real science-based healing, then you go over here to a coach, or you go over here to a therapist. And we have now created and decentralized holistic care in a way that I think has become really unaffordable and also really ineffective. And so the goal of Mental Motion is to bring together a number of different specialties into one place. It may not be end all be all one stop shop to healing, but my goal is that Mental Motion is going to fit one of the greatest trinities that we know of, which is the body, mind, and the spirit. With that trinity in mind, I want Mental Motion to be a one stop shop for you to know how you can heal yourself across all modalities. They may not resonate for you, and you may want to go find a different practitioner, and that is okay. My goal is to share the information with you so that you know what's available and what's a really nice structure. We're going to integrate ourselves every day into healing, and this is the goal of Mental Motion, that it is easily and naturally integratable into our lives, just as easily as Instagram and Facebook create fear based on politics, based on economy. I want us to be able to easily and naturally recreate joy, love, harmony, peace, and all the things that allow us to feel safe inside of our bodies and inside of our lives. I think the main thing I keep coming back to in my mind is I want you to be the subject matter expert of your own healing, and I don't want it to cost a fortune. It's $20 a month right now. When we start doing more of the online classes, the prices will increase. We will always keep them affordable. We will always keep them right where they need to be so that we can grow and you can access healing. One of the things I would love for Patreon to become, Mental Motion on Patreon, is a community of engaged members. So please post your questions, post your thoughts, post your feedback, positive and negative. I'd love to know what I could do better. I'd love to know what I'm already doing well. I'd love to know what questions you have in your mind about NLP. What questions do you have about parts work? What would you like to see? I'm doing Qigong and DNS, but what type of modalities have you done? What has been effective for you? And maybe I can go investigate those and bring the information to the masses. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey. I really look forward to everything we're going to create together in the future. Feel free to reach out. Happy healing with all my love. I'll see you later.